So before we start any of the Deskercise exercises that we're going to go through, the first thing I need to teach you, because it's included in every exercise, is how to switch on your pelvic floor muscles. Now the pelvic floor is basically a sort of hammock of muscles that sits at the bottom of your pelvis and supports your bladder, supports your uterus if you're a woman, and supports your abdominal contents, that everything doesn't just kind of fall out. So what we need to imagine to switch on the pelvic floor muscles, ladies, I want you to imagine that your vagina is a lift shaft, and we're just going to get that lift to rise up very slowly and gently by squeezing. And gentlemen, you've got a couple of options. So the option that the research tells us is the most efficient or the most effective way to visualize it is to imagine shortening your penis. But having tried that instruction with quite a lot of guys, they all look at me like, what? How would you do something like that? So the other options, I want you to imagine either stopping yourself from peeing, or imagine lifting your balls but without touching them, so trying to suck them up your nose basically. So let's see what we can do with that. So I want you to imagine that your ladies, if you're lift shaft, you've got four floors on that lift, and so we're going to practice lifting it up to the fourth floor and lowering it back down to the ground floor again. And the easiest way to do this, or the most efficient way to do this, is with the breath. And we do everything on an out breath. So you breathe in, and as you breathe out, you lift and then you lower. So let's give that a go. So take a breath in, and as you breathe out, squeeze from the back passage and then the front, lift, second floor, third floor, fourth floor. You might find that you go a little bit cross-eyed at this point. Take a breath in and hold it. And as you breathe out, lower, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Now, most people will have not managed to do a slow release because that's the most difficult bit, so let's try that again. So take a breath in, and as you breathe out, squeeze level 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe in and hold. And as you breathe out, let it go down, floor 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And you'll probably feel some abdominal muscles working. That's good, that's absolutely fine, but the idea is to try and initiate that from the pelvic floor. So that's how you switch it on and switch it off nice and slowly. But what I'm going to ask you to do when we do the Deskercise exercises is we are going to switch it on halfway, because it's a muscle that's designed to be used for endurance, so it's supposed to hold on for long periods at a low level. It's not a muscle that's supposed to be sort of big and strong and powerful, so it's not a bicep, it's very much a postural exercise. So let's try that. So we're only going to go up halfway, so take a breath in, and as you breathe out, squeeze, level 1, level 2. Good. And just hold that there as you take breath in and out. Just check your pelvic floor is still on. Breathe in and out. That's it. Start having maybe a conversation, but still just holding halfway. And then what we're going to do is the easiest way to make sure it's still holding is, do you feel the difference when you let go? So breath in, and as you breathe out, lower, floor 1, floor 0. Did you have anything to let go of? If you did, great. If not, let's try that again. So breathe in, as you breathe out, squeeze, level 1, level 2, good. Now just hold that there, so it's just a low level, slight contraction. Your lift is half the way up, nothing too spectacular. Just keep breathing normally, and just every so often just check in. Is it still switched on? Is it not? And again, then we're just going to go breathe in, and as you breathe out, let it go, level 1, level 0. So just practice that and make sure that you can get used to switching on your pelvic floor halfway and then holding it held halfway.